Jane Hume for her thoughts on all of this. Good to see you this morning, Jane. We don't have a poll today, so how about that? Let's talk about tax. What do you know about Susan Lee's plans?
We know that Susan is speaking today, outlining some of the opposition's economic agenda. She's going to outline the fact that it's very important to maintain a small government, lower taxes and produce economic growth and productive capacity in the economy, because that really is the only way to economic prosperity.
Presumably, if that's right, the bottom tax rates go lower?
Well, we will hear today Susan's plan, but I think it's pretty clear that the coalition has always abided by the principle of lower and simpler and fairer taxes. We want to see those income taxes come down because that creates the incentive for people to work those extra hours, to take on that extra job, to take on that promotion without hitting the bracket creep that is currently now causing problems for ordinary taxpayers. That we see more and more taxes coming from personal income taxes rather than those broader-based consumption taxes or those fairer taxes that will inject productive capacity into the economy as opposed to simply suck back aspiration rather than inspire it.
So, I mean, these policies are more in line with Conservative principles now, and this follows speeches by James Paterson and Angus Taylor last week. You're going to have to find savings, though, Jane. Where would you be looking first of all?
Well, that is going to be part of Susan's speech today. She has said that she would like to see smaller government, and that's really a really important. I mean, let's face it, bigger government creates smaller citizens. That too is a principle of the Liberal Party's policy platform. So we'll see more details from Susan Lee today. I'm looking forward to hearing that speech myself.
So where was all of this at the last election?
Well, I don't think you would have. I mean, you've seen me every Monday morning for a very long time, Pete. You've been hearing from me the principle of lower,
you were bigger taxes, you were bigger government at the last election.
You've also been hearing from me
it took the election loss to learn.
Spending. Well, no, I think you've been hearing it from me for a very, very long time, that idea of lower, simpler, fairer taxes, contained government spending, not taking it to where it is now, 27% of GDP, which is highly inefficient. We want to see cutting of red tape and an increase of the productive capacity in the economy. We want to see people getting out, we want to see government getting out of the private sector's way to allow industry and business to thrive and flourish, not create more obstacles through red tape, through industrial relations reforms and through ridiculous decisions by this ideologically driven government that is now essentially holding the country back with higher electricity prices and a rising cost of living.
Over in the Nationals, Barnaby Joyce is apparently on the move to One Nation. What's your thoughts on that this morning, Jane?
Oh, look, Barnaby's loss will be a serious one. I'm hoping that he still hasn't left the National Party. He has said that he'll sit outside the National Party party room. That would be a terrible shame. Barnaby has been an extraordinary contributor over many, many years. This really is an issue for the National Party to work out, though. I think that, I've worked with Barnaby on a number of issues. I work with him currently on a number of committees. He's a very intelligent, very insightful character. He has contributed so much to the coalition for so many years. This must have been a very tough decision for him. I'm sure he will remain somebody that has a very high profile, has a media presence, and he has many years of contribution to make.
Yeah. If the Nationals abandon Nat Zero, though, how would that affect the coalition and its bid to reclaim urban seats?
Well, that's a very big hypothetical, and I don't think we're there quite yet, Pete. This is a decision for the National Party room as well as the Liberal Party room and the Coalition Party room, the combined party room as well. Those decisions and discussions are ongoing.
All right. What we do know is violence has returned to the streets of Melbourne CBD over the weekend. Jane, have you got a thought on that this morning?
Oh, it was an extraordinary press conference, wasn't it, by Commander Cheeseman yesterday. You could sense his emotion and his frustration. Can I first of all just say thank you so much to the Victorian Police that put themselves out there in harm's way on the front line of what became a very violent protest. This is now becoming a recurring theme in Victoria. Police are telling us that they have spent 25,000 1,000 policing hours in the last 2 years resourcing protests in the Victorian CBD. We remain the only state that doesn't have a protest registration program of some sort. That is a position of the Victorian opposition, that we will introduce permits for protesters, which, look, let's face it, the right to protest is something we hold dear, but violent protests have absolutely no place in our society. Putting police in harm's way like that is unacceptable. It's un-Australian. Something needs to be done, and Jacinta Allen really has let Victorian, both citizens and businesses down.
OK, we're out of time. But Jane, thanks as always for your time on this Monday morning. We'll see you again next week. Well, coming up, a Gaza peace deal hangs in the